In the quiet village of Elud, there was an old rule whispered from one generation to the next: never walk past the old well when the moon is full. No one explained why. It was just something you didn't do. The elders said it with too much seriousness. The children accepted it like a bedtime story. And the rule stood untouched for decades. But Ada, 16, curious and fearless, did not believe in old wives' tales. She believed in questions. In finding out what was behind forbidden doors. And that well? It was the biggest question of all. One midnight, when the moon was round and silver bright, Ada tiptoed out of her grandmother's hut. Past the sleeping goats, the shattered market stalls, and the snoring night watchman. Her bare feet made no sound on the sandy road. She made her way toward the edge of the village, where the old well sat, abandoned and wrapped in vines. She expected silence. Darkness. Maybe even disappointment. But instead, she heard music. Not the kind from flute or drums. It was deeper. Older. Like sound coming from the bones of the earth. Then, the ground shimmered. Right before her eyes, a path began to appear, glowing softly like fireflies caught in a line, leading from the well into the forest. And Ada followed. She walked through trees that bent toward her like they were listening. The music grew louder, richer. And then, she stepped into a market. But not the kind she knew. This was a place of spirits. The moon market. Glowing stalls lined a circular clearing, lit by lanterns that floated without strings. Creatures with no eyes sold jars of bottled laughter. A giant bird with human lips called out, fresh dreams. Sweet dreams. One secret for two. Trees moved. Stones breathed. And every corner held something impossible. A voice echoed softly near her ear. Welcome to the moon market, Ada of Elud. She turned, but no one was there. As she wandered deeper, a woman with glass fingernails offered her a ribbon in exchange for her most painful memory. Another stall displayed mirrors that didn't show your reflection, but your regrets. And from one corner, a masked spirit called out, would you like to see who you truly are? It held up a mirror. Ada stared. But what she saw was not herself. Not really. It was an older woman. Her face was tired, her eyes distant, her back bent under the weight of things unspoken. Ada's heart began to race. I just want to go home, she whispered. The masked spirit tilted its head. Then what will you trade? Ada's hand searched her pockets. She had no money. No treasures. Except one thing. She reached into the fold of her wrapper and pulled out a small wooden comb. Her grandmother had carved it for her as a child. It was her only keepsake. The only thing she'd never lost. She held it out. The spirit took it gently, and for a moment, all the music stopped. Then the ground lit up once more. The glowing path reappeared behind her. Ada turned and ran. The spirits watched in silence as she sprinted back through the forest. The lights dimmed. The air thickened. Her legs ached, but she didn't stop. When she burst back into her village, the sky was already starting to glow with dawn. She collapsed beside the old well, panting. The music was gone. The forest was still. She was home. But something had changed. She tried to tell the villagers what she saw. Most of them laughed. Others rolled their eyes. But the elders, they stared at her too long. Their smiles were thin. Their voices quiet. What did you trade, child? They asked her. Ada didn't answer. And every full moon since that night, if you walk close to the well, you might hear something. Not music. Not drums. But humming. Low and ancient, like the sound of something waiting. And maybe, just maybe, it's still calling her name.